Spain's $471 million offer, a new hope for the 30-meter telescope. Spain is stepping up to the plate with a bold offer of €400 million, approximately $471 million, to rescue the ambitious 30-meter telescope TMT project, which is currently at risk of being scrapped due to financial limitations in the United States. On July 23rd, Diana Morant, the Minister of Science, Innovation and Universities in Spain, made this announcement, emphasizing the country's desire and capability to become a leading hub for astronomy and astrophysics. Spain wants and can be the home of the future of astronomy and astrophysics, she stated in a press release. We have the capacity and the political will to do so. Initially, the TMT was set to be constructed on Mauna Kea, a mountain in Hawaii, renowned for its exceptionally dark skies and favorable weather conditions, making it an ideal location for astronomical observations. This site already hosts several significant telescopes, including the Keck Observatory and the Very Long Baseline Array. However, the TMT's journey has been fraught with challenges, the most significant being the recent budget proposal from the Trump administration for the fiscal year 2026, which seeks to eliminate funding for the National Science Foundation, NSF, that supports the TMT's design and development. In light of this situation, the Spanish government has proposed relocating the TMT to La Palma in the Canary Islands, where construction could potentially continue. Morant highlighted the broader implications of this project, stating, if completed, it will involve not only the construction of the telescope, but also decades of scientific operations, the creation of skilled employment, and an economic and social boost for the island. This isn't the first time the TMT has faced uncertainty. Even prior to Trump's presidency, the NSF was under pressure to limit funding to just one major ground-based telescope, with a budget cap of $1.6 billion. This concern arose because two giant telescopes were already in development, the TMT and the Giant Magellan Telescope, GMT, which is being constructed in the clear skies of Chile. The two telescopes were designed to complement each other, with the GMT focusing on the southern hemisphere and the TMT on the northern hemisphere, creating a comprehensive view of the night sky. However, as time progresses, the feasibility of this ideal scenario appears increasingly doubtful. The NSF budget request explicitly allows the GMT to advance to the final design phase, while the TMT is left in limbo. The request also mentions that the NSF has received assurances from the GMT project and that it can proceed without additional funding, but moving into this phase does not guarantee construction approval or further financial support from the agency. This raises questions about the future of the GMT as well. The administration's budget proposal is aggressive, threatening to shut down one of the two LIGO sites, halt operations for the Daniel K. Inouye Solar Telescope, the world's most powerful solar telescope, and drastically reduce the NSF's workforce from over 330,000 to around 90,000. These cuts represent just a fraction of the potential impacts. Morant pointed out the contrasting approach of Spain, stating, while some countries are cutting back on investments in science and even denying it, Spain is a haven for science, the home of scientists seeking to advance and develop their projects. Moreover, relocating the TMT may be welcomed by the local communities near Mauna Kea, which is not only valued for its astronomical conditions, but is also considered sacred by many native Hawaiians. The presence of multiple telescopes on the mountain has sparked controversy, with the current count reaching 13. Protests against the TMT's construction began as early as 2014, and activists continue to voice their concerns today. Faced with the risk of paralyzing this major international scientific project, the Spanish government has decided to act with a redoubled commitment to science and major scientific infrastructures for the benefit of global knowledge, Morant concluded. As the conversation around this project unfolds, what are your thoughts? Do you believe relocating the TMT is a viable solution, or should it remain in Hawaii despite the controversies? Join the discussion in the comments below. Spain's $400 million bid to host the 30-meter telescope on La Palma, in a move that could potentially reshape the landscape of astronomical research. Spain has stepped forward with a staggering €400 million to host the 30-meter telescope, TMT, on the picturesque island of La Palma. This bold announcement was made by the country's Minister of Science, Innovation and Universities, Diana Morant, on the 23rd of July 2025, marking a significant milestone in Spain's pursuit of the project. The proposed funding, which would be channeled through the Centre for Technological Development and Innovation, CDTI, is aimed at securing the TMT project for the Canary Islands. This archipelago is one of the two potential locations for the observatory, the other being Hawaii. The decision to host the TMT is not just about the telescope itself, but also about the decades of scientific work, skilled jobs, and economic growth it promises to bring to La Palma. The TMT, with its primary mirror measuring a colossal 30 meters in diameter, is expected to be the largest and most advanced telescope in the Northern Hemisphere. Its capabilities are set to revolutionize our understanding of the universe, from studying distant exoplanets to delving into the origins of galaxies and the enigmatic nature of dark matter. Spain's interest in hosting the TMT dates back to 2019, and the recent commitment of significant funding underscores the government's determination to bring the observatory to the Canary Islands. The benefits, as highlighted by Morant, extend not only to Spain and the European Union, but also to the island of La Palma itself. In addition to the TMT announcement, Morant confirmed that the Spanish government is increasing its support for the Canary Islands Institute of Astrophysics, IAC. An extraordinary government contribution is expected to boost the Institute's 2025 budget by nearly €2 million, bringing its total funding to €18.6 million. This investment will reinforce the IAC's scientific and technological activities. Morant also highlighted that an additional €22 million in European funds has been mobilised in recent years, with over 83% of that amount already put to use. This funding has supported over 80 new contracts for research and technical staff, providing stable and skilled employment. But here's where it gets controversial. The decision to host the TMT is not without its challenges and potential controversies. The project has faced opposition in Hawaii, with some indigenous groups arguing that the site, Mauna Kea, is sacred. The question then arises, should scientific advancement take precedence over cultural and environmental concerns? This is a complex issue that warrants careful consideration and open dialogue. As we ponder this question, it's worth reflecting on the potential impact of the TMT on our understanding of the universe. The telescope promises to unlock new frontiers in astronomical research, but at what cost? This is the part most people miss in the excitement of scientific progress. It's a conversation worth having, and your thoughts on this matter are most welcome.